all my drop dead sexy Dexter fans, and happy friggin' month of September. You guys should know what that means. We are in the final 27 days until the 7th season of Dexter premieres on Showtime. So as you can see, I got this beautimous little bit of Dexter swag for my birthday, and I am going to sport it with all the pride in the world as we talk about some new Dexter Season 7 information that was just released the other day. I'm excited as all get out. I got my team spirit on, so let's get this on the road. As you guys know, we are in the final month stretch of the agonizing wait for this new season, and Showtime has not ceased to tantalize us with teasers, promos, spots, and trailers that are primarily focused on Dexter and Deborah, and giving us a little bit of insight into what the nature of their interactions are going to be like in light of, well, what's been brought to light. So that being said, the other day I was meandering in the dangerous world of Tumblr when I stumbled across a GIF that was made of some footage that I've never seen before. And I swear, if I ever die from a heart attack, it's going to be from moments like these where, you know, I get caught off guard by new Dexter things. Like, good lord, there is something terribly, wonderfully wrong with me. Okay, so I did a little bit of research after seeing that, and I found out that DexterDaily.com was promoting a Dexter Season 7 behind-the-scenes video containing some never-before-seen footage from the madness that is to come. And am I gonna break it down for you guys? As if that's even a question. For those of you who are not up to speed on every little piece of Dexter Season 6 and its predecessors, please stop watching right now in the name of love and spoilers. Because what you're about to see, you can't unsee. And well, if you're catching up or want to enter into Season 7 cold turkey, then you're gonna hate me for throwing open the curtains for you. So get your Dexter on, or go watch my other Dexter vlogs if you would like for some other hints that I found before what we're gonna talk about now. So there's a link in the description, as well as an annotation here. You can also check out my latest Dexter vlog, and you can see a little clip of a Dexter music parody that I'm currently hashing out. So lots of other stuff to check out right now. Drink it up, my friends. So anyhow, let's get crackin'. The link to the behind the scenes video is in the description, like everything else, and the annotation here that you probably saw. Give it a watch and return here for my walkthrough commentary. Here we go. Okay, so basically what we've got here, just to kind of break it down, is Deborah's attempt at putting Dexter's dark passenger into remission. She's, you know, based on what we're seeing so far, she's the subject of this violent tug-of-war between justice and mercy. She's, you know, she's really the long arm of the law, if that's how the little expression goes. And she's very dedicated to that. She's dedicated to being the best she can be, you know, being faithful to the system and using it to truly enact justice. And then when she finds out that her brother, that she's sort of got the hots for, is going directly against that, against everything she's ever known and believed to be right and true, well, that kind of throws a wrench into things. What I'm kind of gathering here is, you know, a lot of people were talking about they're expressing concerns for seeing Dexter as very wrathful and terrifying in the latest Showtime official trailer. And you know, I was picking that up as well. Just a lot of anger and tension and just a violence that we haven't even really seen in Dexter before. And I think the reason for that is because, you know, Deborah's way of finding a middle ground between justice and mercy on her brother, her middle ground is keeping Dexter so busy that he can't even hear the voice of his dark passenger. And she believes that that's going to be effective enough as long as, you know, you can just kind of throw a little dirt over the coffin, so to speak. But that is going to make Dexter, you know, it's going to put a new kind of pressure on him that he hasn't really had to experience before, because he's usually able to use his kills as stress relief. And that's how he keeps up his facade, you know? He kind of has this safety valve where he can put all of, you know, his inner monster into, if you will. And so it's funny because I think that he's going to be incredibly frustrated that his sister is not going to see his valiant attempts to protect her from himself. He's going to get mad that she's not, like, you know, brushing it off her shoulder, and she's like, okay, I get it, you know, if you were gonna kill me, you would have done it already, which is true. You know, he's going to be mad that she's not going to respect that, I suppose, and instead is going to try and shut him down. And so that's why I think that the trailer as well as this behind the scenes video are playing into this aggressive tension between the characters, because there is so incredibly much. And we're seeing Deborah put the pieces together as well. You know, she's going full on detective mode. She is flipping through the book. She is finding every Waldo, you know, in the in the massive crowd of like red and white stripes. Like she is going crazy into this. It's going to put Dexter on a stage that he has never thought he'd have to be on. And the implications are going to be crazy for everyone. I think that tension is going to spill out into his interactions with Lewis. And I think that we're going to see some really crazy and creative kills. You know, there's a little scene where he was putting a bag over his victim's head, and you see he's like driving this crazy ass like stake through someone's chest. You know, when he does get to kill, he is going to go with a vengeance, and that's going to be really exciting to see. You know, and I know that a lot of people are like, oh yeah, he's definitely taking Deb out now. I do not believe that is true. The footage that we've been seeing is kind of top heavy, all stuff from the beginning really. And it's going to grow and flourish and blossom in new ways. And you gotta wonder, you know, what the humor of the season is going to be like. Because, you know, part of what has made us fall in love with Dexter so much is just the humor of it all. But I wonder if it's going to be a little bit harder for us to be cheering for him. You know, we're going to be so much more conflicted in everything, and we've always gotten everything, you know, from the heart and mind of Dexter. But it's going to be interesting to see, you know, kind of where our alliances shift to as things go on. I was also especially compelled by that scene when Dexter and Deborah are in, I think, Deborah's kitchen, and he's trying to tell her that nothing has changed. You know, he's trying to show her that he can still protect her from himself, that he always has. So, you know, he says nothing's changed, and she responds with, everything's changed. And it truly has. Because now, as Dexter's secrets are coming to light, Deborah's secrets are getting more ingrown and deeply buried within her, and they're gonna come up in a crazy way, you know, like the truth about her feelings. They're gonna come back with a vengeance as well. It was also really heart-wrenching to see more of that scene where Deborah is literally running away from Dexter, and he's experiencing the tragedy of, oh my god, can I protect her? She's completely exposed now, and just, I have to say, Jennifer Carpenter is such an amazing actress with just the way that she conveys passionate emotion. The way that Deborah cries, like when she is truly anguished, is just like, ugh, it gets me so hard. It's going to be so intense and gripping to watch. The crazy thing is, a lot of the footage that we've seen in this video as well as in the official trailer, a lot of this is going to be in like one major episode, because Dexter he's wearing this pink shirt in so many of these scenes, and I'm just like, what all are they going to stuff into this one episode? That, or Dexter is so stressed that he's forgetting to do his laundry and he's stuck in the same friggin' pink shirt. But he makes the pink shirt look good, you know, not gonna lie. But it's just, wow, there is so much room for just aggressive movement and just dynamics in this season. Anybody who's on the fence is gonna be hopping off pretty dang soon, because there is so much that they are going to throw at us and throw us into, and we're just gonna be in the thick of it, just like every other character. Something else that I'm going to be very interested to see is what Dexter's interactions with Harry are going to be like. Because, you know, he's had Harry along for the ride for so long, you know, for at least a few of the seasons now. Is he going to keep talking Dexter through everything? Is Dexter going to completely block him out mentally in the midst of his rage? You never know. So thank you guys so much for watching and listening to my commentary. I am going to be an editor at dexterdaily.com really soon. So here is a link to the site if you just want to check out who they are and what they're about. I'm like losing my voice. If you can tell by my like, I'm just too excited. Once the new season rolls around, I'm going to be writing episode reviews, just a little bit of my writing, and I'm still going to keep up the vlogs. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like Dexter. I'm going to be putting up some more of my music as well. So thanks for hanging in there. And please, please, please comment. I want to hear everything that you guys have to say. We've still got lots to talk about. Let me know your favorite scenes from the behind the scenes video. We shall rock that out together. Have a freaking Dexter-licious last few weeks until the premiere. We are gonna party hard, ladies and gents. Thanks for watching. Take care.